So, let me guess. You're pouring thousands, maybe tens of thousands, into content, but your sales pipeline? It's pretty much empty. Does that sound familiar? Look, a lot of businesses are stuck in this exact spot, just publishing endless articles and getting absolutely nothing back. It's a really frustrating story, but believe me, it doesn't have to be yours.
I mean, does this really hit home? You look at your analytics and yeah, sure, the clicks and impressions might look okay on paper. But what's your sales team telling you? They're getting stuck with, desk researchers and students, not the C-level buyers you actually need. You're just bleeding money with a cost per acquisition that is completely unsustainable. Your whole content engine, it's just not turning those clicks into actual paying customers.
And here's the real kicker. The reason why the old playbook is just failing. The whole game has changed. We're now living in the era of AI overviews. You've seen them, right? Google is just giving people the answers directly on the search page. It's what we call the zero-click reality. And if your whole strategy is just to rewrite what your competitors are saying, well, you're not just losing clicks anymore. You are becoming completely invisible to the algorithms that you're trying so hard to impress.
This right here is exactly why that old content factory approach, just churning out article after article with zero real strategy, is totally and completely obsolete. Let's really dig into why this model is so broken. The solution, really, is a complete shift in your mindset. You have to stop thinking about just writing content and start thinking about engineering it. See, one is just a volume game. It's a commodity anyone can produce. But the other, that's a data-driven strategy. It's about building a massive competitive moat around your brand that no one can cross. And this table really lays it all out. Your standard agencies, they just mimic your competitors, using the same old generic keywords. What we do is map out these deep semantic silos. The best way to think about it is, we're not just writing a single book for you, we're building the entire comprehensive library on your topic. They use outsourced freelancers who don't know your industry. We bring in actual subject matter experts. So the result isn't some flimsy 500-word blog post. It's a 30-page powerhouse asset, literally engineered to be cited by AI.
Okay, so how do we actually pull this off? Well, it's not guesswork. We execute a proprietary, data-backed blueprint. This isn't about art. It's about treating content like a hard science. We use a predictable system to build your authority right from the ground up.
So the absolute foundation of our blueprint is something called the Topical Authority Silo. Now, instead of just publishing all these disconnected articles that kind of float around like lonely islands, we build an entire continent of content. You have a massive core pillar page on a major topic, that's your mainland, and it's supported by dozens of really detailed cluster pages. This whole interconnected structure, it screams to algorithms that you haven't just, visited the topic, you absolutely own it.
The second pillar is something we call information gain, and this is crucial. AI models are literally programmed to ignore repetitive generic fluff. So we inject what makes you, well, you. Your unique data, your team's expert opinions, your own frameworks. So instead of just putting out an article that says customer service is important, which duh, we help you publish your unique 5-step customer success framework. This is how you get recognized not just as a source, but as the source of truth.
And our 4-step process is what brings all of this to life. First, we start with a deep dive technical audit to find all the weak spots. Then, we use that semantic modeling to plan out and build your topical silos. Step 3, our subject matter experts get to work creating that amazing, high-value content. And finally, we handle the distribution and track every single result to make sure it's actually driving profitable action. It's a complete, end-to-end, repeatable system. All right, let's talk about what really matters. From process to profit. Because look, a great process is completely meaningless if it doesn't deliver profitable results. So let's get into how this engineering translates directly to your bottom line.
Okay, check this out. We had a B2B client who was literally drowning in 400 low-value AI-generated articles. Just content chaos. We came in and replaced all of that with a single, incredibly rigorous 40-page topical silo. And the result? A 210% jump in their organic traffic. I mean, that is the power of quality over quantity right there.
Here's another one. For an enterprise SaaS client, traffic wasn't the issue. It was the quality of that traffic. Their cost per acquisition was a staggering, unsustainable $850. So we engineered a strategy that specifically targeted high-intent C-suite buyers, and we slashed their CPA by 40%. We didn't just get them leads, we saved their entire pipeline. And honestly, across the board, this engineered approach just delivers real, quantifiable growth. On average, our clients see an ROI increase of 340%. We're talking about capturing significant market share and building a truly sustainable revenue engine for their business. So, you might be wondering, what do these engineered assets actually look like? Well, we definitely don't just sell word counts. We build these massive, foundational pillar pages designed to dominate the search results for your most critical keywords. We create data-driven white papers that actually capture high-quality leads. We even do strategic content refreshes, where we can take a page that's basically dead and double its traffic in just a few weeks. The point is, every single asset is a specific tool designed for a specific business goal.
Okay, let's bring this all home. Build your digital authority. Because ultimately, every audit we run, every silo we build, and every single asset we engineer is all designed to achieve one single ultimate goal: building your unbreakable digital authority. We're talking about an authority that's resilient to any algorithm update Google throws at you and totally immune to all this AI-driven disruption.
You know, our founder, Manikant Shah, puts it perfectly. Authority isn't written, it is engineered. And that philosophy, it's at the absolute core of everything we do. It's about building a digital footprint so strong that search engines and AI have no choice but to pay attention.
So really, the choice is pretty clear. You can keep competing in that crowded, incredibly noisy world of generic content, or you can decide to start engineering your position as a true market leader. If you are ready to transform your content from just another cost center into a relentless lead generation engine for your business, the next step is simple. It's a content strategy audit. Just visit DocShiraj.com to request yours, and let's get started building your authority.